What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video. Here we have XRP is not an asset you sell. A very interesting idea if you think about it. And I think, guys, what he means with this is that fiat can become useless, for example, or against the XRP, it can become useless, right? Because imagine XRP is this bridge currency and it's trading against all these fiat currencies. Now, why would you actually want to change your XRP into fiat? Because it doesn't make sense. There will be a point where you can pay with XRP, right? Where everything is going to connect. And that's what we're seeing actually now. You can see hyperinflation. It's a disaster, right? So imagine XRP goes up. You have a lot of XRP. You can pay with XRP. Why would you change it to fiat, right? Very interesting idea. Let's take a look what they say in this video.
It is designed to do and what it needs to do it. To me, it seems clear, right? I tell you right now, if I hypothetically held XRP, I wouldn't even sell it. Like that's to me, that's how valuable the asset is. I don't think this is an asset you sell. Okay. I think this is something that you hold on to until you die and then you let it circulate through your family. Because just that part alone, right? And see, that's the thing, right? With the pre-funding that we're talking about. The elimination of pre-funding is more than just putting XRP there for an insurance mechanism to make sure that it's at a high value so that people get their money, right? Or that they have the warm and fuzzy in the event that something happens, that they'll receive it. And if it's at a high price and you have to dip into it for something, you can use a lot less of said token versus using a bunch of it because it's at a low price. Right? The elimination of pre-funding is also important because here's what I think is going to happen. You hear people call all of us in the community nut jobs for the gold backing and the Basel III, which by the way takes place January 1st, 2023, folks, if you didn't know. But outside of that, right? These central banks are not just finding gold out of nowhere. Like, oh, we took a hike, down the river and we just found, $19 trillion worth of gold. No, you didn't. Okay. All right. Stop with the BS. Guys have been planning this. All right. And building up your reserves. And they're doing it because they need to go to a gold standard. And it's not just America. It's going to be several countries across the board. America has the most dire need for it because of the relationship we have with Saudi Arabia and them cutting us off over 2 million barrels, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, with them being our biggest oil supplier, them joining BRICS, and then turning around and saying, we want to negotiate with China to do trade in the digital yuan for this, with Russia turning around and telling people, we won't even accept your payments unless it's in the ruble. Well, what scratches that itch? See, that's where you talked about earlier, understanding the tech. If you understand.
Very interesting idea, guys, where they can actually use XRP to settle all these problems because it's neutral. It's a neutral asset which is in the middle. It doesn't have any side, right? And that is what's important. That's what they need. Results of SWIFT experiments interlinking CBDC networks and existing payment systems to achieve global interoperability, October 2022. DLT networks core, XRP enabled, and Quorum. Now we have seen these names very a lot of times across the board, everywhere. Connecting digital islands, CBDCs, results of SWIFT experiments interlinking CBDC networks. Here you can see, guys, that everything is being put in place. SWIFT, Cape, Gemini. Here we can see, look at this, the SWIFT solution, right? CBDC-A, CBDC connector gateway, ISO 222, settlement process, going through all the same thing, which is going to be Ripple network. You can see workflow engine, routing, error handling, Swift platform simulator. So here we can see there are many possible design choices currently being explored by various central banks for the purpose of creating CBDCs. As such, in our experiments, we implemented 2 different DLT networks, Corda and Quorum, to show the interlinking between different networks. In addition to these simulated CBDC DLT networks, a third mock RTGS network. Now remember, the RTGS, will show you more about that in a second. Network was also created to demonstrate a hybrid cross-border flow. This experiment showcases two high-level use cases: CBDC to CBDC, both Corda to Quorum, Quorum to Corda, RTGS meaning real-time settlement, something, to CBDC, so RTGS to Corda, in addition to these standard flows. What you can see. So here we have breaking: Elon Musk is going to create the most valuable financial institution in the world, and he will create a better PayPal, the X.com vision to fruition. Keep in mind, part of that vision was changing traditional banking, XRP. Now let's take a look. It's very interesting what Musk is saying here. He's always giving hints, guys. He's always talking in riddles and giving hints. Let's see what he says.
Also, like, I'm aware of, like, I know how to make a way better PayPal.
Because you built PayPal.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, with a lot of other people, but there's a product plan I wrote, which I wish I'd kept a copy of, in July of 2000, where I thought it would be possible to make the most valuable financial institution in the world. And we're going to execute that plan from 22 years ago, which amazingly no one has done. And so I think that's part of why I think Twitter will be ultimately extremely valuable, because I'm going to execute the X.com game plan from 22 years ago with some improvements. And then we're also going to obviously make Twitter just a way better system. Also, like, I'm aware of, like,
to make Twitter a better system. Now I cannot think of anything else but XRP, right? How can you make something better than XRP right now? Just think about it. There's no friction. It's blocked. It's distributed ledger technology. It's fast. It's instant settlement. I cannot see how you can make anything better than that, right? So is he talking about XRP? I don't know, guys. It's just, he always talks in riddles and is implicating a lot of stuff, right? But think about it. XRP integrated into the Twitter system makes a lot of sense, right? Did you know that XRPayNet is creating debit card for retail? Most of all, XRP investors don't know how to spend their XRPs, right? So you don't want to spend your XRPs now, but there will come a point that you will need a debit card, and they are creating this already, which is insane, right? Here we have Ripple again, so you can see, run that game, JP Morgan. Ripple XRP will mop the floor with the competition. Now this is the competition that Ripple or XRP is kind of facing, but this is no competition, guys, because we already know, for example, Project Dunbar, all of these countries are using Ripple. All of, like, Thailand is using Ripple, UAE is using Ripple, Canada using Ripple. So a lot of them choose Ripple and XRP because, so here you can see the challenges of the system, and here it says high volatility of XRP leading to limited willingness from bank. That's bullshit. That's not true. There is no volatility if there is a 2-3 second settlement time. There is no volatility because the time is killing the volatility. So this is not true. And then we have relatively high costs owing to spreads between fiat and XRP. Well, not if XRP gets into the derivatives markets and the fiat market where settlement happens instantly. Then you have no spreads or you have no costs. So it's just XRP Ripple is so much more efficient, guys. And that's what we can see here, right? Again, so this is an interesting one as well. Ripple's partner, the clearinghouse RPT Real-Time Payments, has been providing instant payments to its customers since 2019. The clearinghouse has about 70 banks signed up. Wells Fargo is saying here on Twitter, instant payments have a multitude of uses and benefits. See how instant payment solutions are helping businesses enhance liquidity. This is all happening with the lawsuit, by the way. The clearinghouse, here you can see Wells Fargo, so we can see that they're connected. Here Ripple partner FIS teams up with the clearinghouse to set up quick payments for US banks, right? So it's all happening. It just needs time, and this is, again, this is why the lawsuit is taking place and taking so long. At the end of the month, Carnegie India will host a conference, Global Technology Summit, the geopolitics of technology. The X-border payments discussion includes India's MPCY, which has worked with Ripple and the RMA of Bhutan, a Ripple CBDC client. Again, this is a connected world aligning principles for cross-border payments, the road to G20. This is their mission, guys. Their mission is everyone connected to the same network, so everything will work fluently. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.